Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are playing with the ColourPop Roaring Hearts collection. This collection surprised me. So there is a stunning eyeshadow palette. There are some Super Shock shadows. There are 8 Fresh Kiss lip lacquers, which I swatched all of them for you. There's 2 highlighters, some eyelashes, and graphic liners. So that is what we played with today. That's how I got this look. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. But if you want to see how I got this look playing around with this ColourPop collection, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, and yet another ColourPop collection. This one is the Roaring Hearts eyeshadow palette. There's also some Super Shock shadows, graphic liners, so I'm about to go through those real quick. This Roaring Hearts palette, it speaks to me. It's neutrals. I can definitely wear this for work, but you know, sometimes it's just nice to have a neutral eye look and then jazz it up a little bit. So it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't swatch the shimmers. So there are, it looks like 3 shimmers right here in the top row, and it's the top row. I have it upside down. And then there's, the rest are mattes except for Phonograph, which looks like it might be a satin. So I'm gonna swatch those 4, the 3 shimmers and the one that looks like a satin. Okay, so they all look like they're kind of a shimmery satin. So this first one is Fancy That, and it's white with kind of a gold shift. Then there's Nightlife, which is kind of a gold champagne shade. More gold than champagne. Then there's Cafe Society, which is that really beautiful rose gold shade. It kind of matches my sweater. Then there is Phonograph, which is that like brassy green. So those are the 4 shimmers in the palette. Okay, you guys, I did decide to go ahead and swatch them on my hand just because I have the Super Shock Shadow duos, and I feel like I'm going to end up swatching them to kind of compare like which shimmer or shadow I want to use more in this area. Okay, so then the Super Shock shadows came in duos, and the first one is Oh That Jazz. I did already take them out so that they're ready. The first shade that's in there is Golden Age, which, look at all that glitter, you guys. Oh, that is stunning. And then you have Gin Ricky, which kind of is like a gold, it has glitter in it. I'll describe them more when I swatch them. So that one is Gin Ricky, which, that one is beautiful. Then in the duo Fancy Feathers, which this packaging is super cute, you guys. I love the detailing on this. The first shade is Deco Days, which these 2 are very similar, but I feel like this one has more gold and this one's more champagne. So I'm excited to swatch these and see. And then the other Super Shock shadow, this is Avant-Garde, which is definitely a gold Super Shock. Okay, so this one is Golden Age. Then you have Gin Ricky, which that one's the one that was more gold than champagne. Then you have Deco, oh, look at that one. That's Deco Days. I have a feeling that that's the one that I'm gonna gravitate towards. Look how silvery and icy, like that one is so beautiful. And then the last one is Avant-Garde. So those are all the Super Shock shadows. And this one on my ring finger is just, it's giving me vibes, you guys. So let's go ahead and swatch that. Oh. So these are Super Shock. This is the eyeshadow palette. Just look at the difference between the eyeshadows. They're pretty, but they're not as like so icy as the Super Shock shadows. You guys. Now also in this collection, there are 3 graphic liners. This is what they look like. The packaging is super cute. It's just tiny and compact. I don't know what shade they are. Like, they have shade names, but until I open it, I'm not gonna know. So this first one is Had to Be You. Ooh, and that one is gold. So let's, ooh. Then there is Love Fool. Okay, so this one is black. which I love a good black liner. And ColourPop has some amazing liners, you guys. I swear by their liquid liners. And even their waterproof ones for the waterline, amazing. And this last one is Party Crush. Ooh, that one. All right, so. Okay, so those three are the graphic liners. You got the Super Shock shadows, and then you have the shimmers in the eyeshadow palette. We're gonna have some fun, you guys. And I don't know if I'm gonna use the graphic liners today. We'll see, but I know that we're gonna be using probably this Super Shock right there. So let me go clean this off and we will jump into this eye look. Okay, you guys, so to put down some colors, I think we're gonna just stick with this shade right here, Lost Gen. And I'm gonna use my fluffy shader brush from Huda Beauty. And I'm just gonna put this in the crease and just build up. So you guys, thinking about the name of this palette, Roaring Hearts, it kind of gives me like roaring 20s, vintage vibes. I was looking to see if that was what was inspiring this palette. And it says vintage, but it doesn't say like what time frame. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the shade That Sax, which is just kind of a warmer brown. And I haven't decided if I wanna use the dark brown or the black. We'll get there though. But I'm gonna put That Sax in the outer V and into the crease. I do like the fashion from that time. Their makeup, although, was very minimal, and they had super thin eyebrows. It is interesting to see fashion and makeup and how it has evolved. And now to see some of the makeup, not even makeup, some of the fashion that I was wearing as a teenager, it's coming back into style, and it's like, man, I should have kept my 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄 jeans. Should I be wearing them at 37 years old? Probably not. They'd be vintage, and someone out there would love those. But I had the biggest like baby blue corduroy open bottom jeans. Like, I loved my 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄s, and I loved the big baggy, like my leg or the opening for my leg would be like that freaking wide. It was just crazy. And now we just wear skinny jeans and jeggings everywhere. Okay, so you guys, I think I'm gonna go into this black shade, Grand Dame. Kind of smoke it out a little bit, not too crazy, just because this Super Shock shadow in Deco Days is just so icy and beautiful. I just tapped in a little bit. I don't wanna go too heavy. I don't know how pigmented it is. I know that ColourPop has some really good eyeshadows, but I'm also not trying to go overboard today. Now the other thing is they just released another collection. I didn't buy it. They are very similar. It's the like Sippin' Bubbles, or it's brand new. But I feel like the palette is very similar to the Roaring Hearts. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. That whole pick and choose, like, yeah, I want it, but do I really need it? And do I have palettes that are very similar? I do like having the brown on the outside because it does already smoke it out a little bit, which you can do a gray shade there instead if you don't want the brown on the outside. But I do like the shade of what it gives off when you have that brown shadow on the exterior. You guys, I love the vibe it's giving me right now. I didn't put any extra product on here. I do have that brown shade on here, so I'm just gonna, on the exterior, just blur it. It gives that like grungy smoky, but not like overly darkened smoky, if that makes any sense. Okay, now I'm gonna go into this Super Shock shadow, which, you guys, if you look really closely on the detailing, it just kind of looks like a gold chandelier. It is actually really pretty. And I just love how like buttery smooth these are. I'm just gonna start small, disperse out. And then whatever is left on my finger, which is not a lot, I'm just gonna pat the edges so it kind of disperses out the glitter. And then back on the shader with no extra product, just finesse the edges. Okay, let me go do this eye, some face products. I'll come back because I haven't decided if we're gonna use the graphic liner, but I'll be right back. Okay, now I need to finish off this under eye. I don't think I'm gonna do graphic liner. I will probably use the black graphic liner for my eyeliner anyways, but I don't see graphic liner in my future tonight. Now, for this under eye, I'm thinking go back into Lost Gen, drag that under, and then go back into this darker brown shade and then smoke up a little bit on the exterior. That's my plan. Just on my smudge brush from Huda Beauty. This one is great for fine detailing because it is so flat and tiny. Place it under the eye and then drag it. All right, now I'm going into the darker brown shade, That Sax. I'm not gonna do a lot. I'm probably only gonna bring it to mid-eye, but I'm gonna place it back here and then drag it forward. Okay, then going back into the shade brush from Huda, I'm gonna go into Grand Dame, which was that black shade, and smudge on the outside and drag it down. Just a smidge. Okay, now you guys, we need to do an inner corner highlight, and I did the rest of my face products, but I did not do a highlighter because this collection has two different loose powder highlighters. Now this one is kind of like a rose gold shade. It's probably too dark for me. And then this shade is a lot like champagne-y. So this first highlighter is In the Groove, and it's just that like champagne shade. And then this one is Charleston, which is that like rose gold. I still want to swatch it because maybe I can use it for something else. I do feel like I have a rose gold shade from like Anastasia Beverly Hills or something. Or maybe I decluttered it, I can't remember. So this first shade is In the Groove, and then this shade is Charleston. So let me go ahead and, ooh, yeah, see that would be pretty on top of a blush, kind of like as a blush topper. Ooh, let me do that real quick. That's actually really pretty, you guys. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Okay, you guys, now for the inner corner highlight. That is really pretty. Oh, you guys. That may or may not have been too much. I will probably do my setting spray and then reapply because it's pretty. It's just, we'll just add some more. Now I'm gonna go do my brows, eyeliner, mascara, and then I also have some lip products for this collection. So I'll be back to do that with you guys. Okay, you guys, I'm back so we can do setting spray together, put on some more highlighter, and see if it shines a little bit more. Because I see a little bit of it, but I kind of want to amplify it a little bit. I just used a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. Just press it into the skin. Now, well, my cheeks are a little damp. Oh, yes, you guys. Now I'll dry down a little bit. Also in this collection, there are 8 Fresh Kiss lip lacquers. So I figured I would swatch these for you guys real quick. We'll figure out which one to use. I think I already know which one, but I'm not completely sure. Okay, so this first color is Speakeasy. It's kind of like a brown neutral shade. I'm hoping I can get all of them on my hand. Ooh. It does have a scent. It's kind of sweet. Kind of like vanilla or cookie dough. It's really good. It like smells so yummy. Okay, the next shade is Brandy, which is a little bit darker. This has like more of a pink mauve shade to it. Ooh, yeah, I probably will use this shade. We'll see. I'm gonna set this one off to the side. The next one is Cabaret, which is kind of like a redder pinky shade. That's really pretty. It's kind of like a brick shade. This next one is Scotch Kiss. It's kind of like a magenta pink. This next shade is On the Ritz. It's kind of like a magenta too. This one's more purpley. Then there is Sidecar. This red. Ooh. I haven't been gravitating towards lip lacquers in dark shades because if they bleed, I'm utterly mad. I'm gonna put that here because I don't want to put it next to my watch. Then we have a brown shade called Cherry Liqueur. Ooh, that just looks like chocolate to me. And then the last shade is Café de Paris. Patty? Café de Paris. I want to go back to Paris so bad. The only time I was there was for my sister's birthday. And we had an amazing time going through the catacombs and Versailles. That is a beautiful shade. A little dark for what I want to do today, because I love this eye look right now. And I did do the graphic eyeliner. That was in the shade Love Fool. That went on so nicely. Like, I got the inner corners perfectly. The edge point. This, you guys, even if you don't want a graphic liner to do like all the artsy things, this is a stunning liquid liner. I will probably play with it some more, including have some fun maybe at New Year's for these. Look, we'll see. Not promising anything. All right, so I'm gonna go into the shade Brandy for my lips. Okay, you guys, I am back. I was able to put the shade Brandy on. I did have a malfunction with the actual like applicator because the little thing that kind of clears off the excess product, it stuck in the top. So I was sitting there trying to get the excess off, just trying to finesse it on my lips without getting it everywhere. It's a beautiful shade. It matches my sweater, so I kind of like that. And that's why I didn't go with a darker shade, because I feel like that would clash with all this. If that makes sense. Now, the one thing with lip lacquers, I like them when my hair is pulled back. If I go outside and it's windy and my hair ends up in lip lacquer and it just smears, doing my makeup was pointless. I'm just saying. But you guys, they do feel great on the lips. Very juicy, very shiny. My lips feel very like hydrated and they smell amazing. So except for the one issue with the product stopper, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what that is. If you know, put it down below. I'm interested because I don't know what to call it. Other than that, it's a beautiful shade. Now you guys, this collection had some beautiful products. So starting with the Roaring Hearts eyeshadow palette. It's a neutral palette. If you like neutrals, this is definitely up your alley. And then you get some really pretty shades like this gold shade, the rose gold. I feel like you can get a couple different looks and variations with the shimmers, as well as the Super Shock shadows. So the four of them, they speak to my heartstrings. This one, I don't know how much I'll get out of it. I don't use the darker Super Shock shadows that often. I need to play around with it, especially because like this silvery eye look it's really pretty. And that was with the shade Deco Days, which is just an icy champagne shade. These were sold in duos. Go check them out. I love Super Shock shadows, and I feel like they just complement your eyeshadows. The highlighters, I will keep playing around with this one as probably a blush topper. It is stunning. And then this highlighter right here, which once I used a setting spray, it just popped even more. Beautiful. The graphic liners, I'll play around with some more. This, it went on beautifully, super smooth. I just got a precise point at the end of my eyeliner, and then even in the inner corners, it's just solid. I love ColourPop eyeliners, and then now to have these 3 graphic liners in my collection, I'm really excited for it. I did say that there were some faux eyelashes in here. I didn't feel the need to put them on. These are my eyelashes with mascara. I did use 2 different types, one to lengthen and one to volumize. And I feel like I got a really pretty effect compared to the lashes. And trying to apply lash glue, it's not my favorite thing. But you guys, that is it for this collection. I really had a lot of fun playing around with it, and I think that I got a lot of beautiful products that I can use the rest of this year and into the new year. So I'm really excited for it. Let me know down below, are you planning on picking up this collection? Do you have stuff in your collection that's already similar to this? I'm interested. Put it down below. Now, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Until my next video, you guys, bye. And I'll see you in the next one.